but there is a historical proof, or historical argument that you can make that Christianity is true because of the incredible lifestyles of those first Christians. We have documented evidence, not even from Christians, this isn't biblical evidence, from pagan, Christian-hating Roman emperors. We have written, documented historical evidence that they lived some of the most lavishly generous, others-oriented, self-sacrificing kinds of lives that it was noticed. And it caused the spread of the early Christian church. And I think the only reason you would have that kind of lifestyle, that a Jewish man would be not just open to talking to a non-Jewish man, but salving his open wounds, giving from his own material resources to meet the needs of a Samaritan or a barbarian or a Greek. The fact that a Jewish person would do that, to me, points to the evidence that Jesus really was who he said he was, that he really did rise from the dead, and that these men, that these apostles and these women, these early Christians really believed that Jesus did rise from the dead and that they could hold loose the things of this world and spend their lives in incredible ways because they believed their true home was their heavenly home and that their true kingdom was the heavenly kingdom. And the proof that I'm talking about is from a Roman emperor named Julius. His nickname was Julius the Apostate. How would you like that for a nickname? The early church gave him that nickname. They called him that because he was one of the last non-Christian Roman emperors. This is around 300 AD. The church has been alive for a couple hundred years now, and he points to the incredible generosity of those first Christians. This is what he says, because he was trying to revive paganism. He built these beautiful pagan temples, and he was encouraging people, go to the temple, go to the temple, go to the temple, be a pagan, let's restore the glory of Rome. And it failed miserably every single time he tried to do it. And here's the reason why. He wrote this to a pagan priest who was a friend of his. He says, "Nothing has contributed to the progress of the superstitions of these Christians as their charity to strangers. The impious Galileans provide not only for their own poor, but for ours as well." In other words, the Christians weren't just taking care of insiders. They weren't just taking care of people inside the Christians around them. They were blessing outsiders, people who didn't believe like they believed, who didn't look like they looked. They got the teaching from Jesus about the Good Samaritan, that my neighbor is anyone who I have the means and the opportunity to bless. If that's my neighbor, then I'm going to bless all the people that are around me. And they lived it. And as a result, Christianity took over the known world at that time.